Dehan in the Elven realm. Dehan's family had always been close-knit. With an elder brother who looked out for him and a younger brother he adored, Dehan felt blessed. At 10 years old, he was a bright child, excelling in his studies and possessing a natural talent for music. But what he loved most was spending time with his family, especially his brothers. Their laughter echoed through their cozy home, filling it with warmth. One sunny morning, the family decided to escape the noise of the bustling town. They packed their bags and set off for a countryside retreat. A little cottage nestled amidst thick woods and shrubs. The air smelled of pine, and the only sounds were the rustling leaves and distant bird calls. It was paradise. Days turned into a blur of play and exploration. They built forts, chased butterflies, and told stories by the flickering firelight. Evenings found them exhausted but content, tucked into their beds, far away from the city's chaos. One day, Dehan wandered deeper into the woods. The trees stood tall, their branches forming a natural canopy. As he walked, he felt eyes on him, subtle yet persistent. He glanced around, but there was no one in sight. Still, the sensation persisted, like a gentle breeze brushing against his skin. Curiosity led him farther until he stumbled upon a clearing. There, beneath the dappled sunlight, stood two children, a girl and a boy. They wore clothes unlike any he'd seen, fine fabrics that shimmered like dew-kissed petals. Their eyes sparkled with an otherworldly light. Dehan's heart raced. Elves! His mind whispered the word. He'd heard tales of these magical beings, but he'd never imagined meeting them. Fear gripped him, but he masked it with a smile. Hello, he said, trying to sound brave. The girl, with hair like spun gold, giggled. We've been watching you, she said. You're different from the others. Dehan's pulse quickened. Why? The boy, his eyes the color of moss, stepped closer. Because you see beyond the ordinary, he replied. Most humans rush through life, blind to the magic around them. They played games, tag among the ancient oaks, hide and seek behind fern-covered boulders. Dehan forgot his fear, lost in their laughter. When the sun dipped low, they led him to a massive tree, an oak so ancient its bark seemed etched with secrets. Step inside, the girl whispered. Trust us. Dehan hesitated, then pushed the bark aside. A hidden door revealed a spiral staircase. He descended, the air growing cooler until he stepped into a breathtaking realm, the Elven kingdom. Luminous flowers bloomed in hues he'd never imagined. Waterfalls cascaded down crystal cliffs, and silver-winged birds flitted overhead. Magic hummed in the air, and Dehan felt alive in ways he couldn't explain. Days blurred into weeks. Dehan learned their songs, Sahih danced under moonlit skies, and listened to tales of forgotten lands. The elves became his friends, and he theirs. But as time passed, he knew something was wrong. He felt that some enchantment of the Elven realm was keeping him forgotten and away from something more important to him. But love tugged at him. The laughter of his brothers, his mother's warm embrace, and his father's stories by the fireside. He missed them, and the enchantment began to fray. One moonlit night, as he stood on the edge of the Elven realm, the girl elf, her golden hair shimmering, approached. Dan, she said, your heart is divided. You must choose. He gazed at the stars, torn. I love this place, but my family needs me. The boy elf, eyes like moss, nodded. Love is magic, too. It can break spells. Dehan closed his eyes, feeling the pull. His parents' faces blurred with tears. I choose home, he whispered. The world shifted. The oak tree's hidden door appeared, and he climbed the spiral staircase. As he stepped into the human world, the enchantment shattered like fragile glass. When Dehan emerged from the forest and into the arms of his waiting family, the joy was overwhelming. His elder brother, Sinan, pulled him into a tight hug, relief and worry mingling in his eyes. We were so worried about you, Dehan, Sinan said, ruffling his hair. Don't you ever wander off like that again. Dehan smiled, tears in his eyes. I'm sorry, Sinan. I didn't mean to worry you. His younger brother, Lisan, clung to him, tears streaming down his cheeks. I missed you, Dehan. You were gone for so long. Dehan knelt down and hugged Lisan tightly. I missed you too, Lisan. I promise I won't leave you like that again. Their mom and dad stood by, their faces filled with relief and love. His mom embraced him warmly, her voice thick with emotion. Oh, Dehan, I'm so glad you're back. We were so scared. His dad, ever the steady figure, placed a hand on Dehan's shoulder. You're home now, and that's all that matters. Dehan knew that he had glimpsed wonder beyond the ordinary, but it was the love of his family that had brought him back. As they walked back to their cottage, arms around each other, Dehan felt a deep sense of belonging. His family was his true magic, and nothing in the world could ever replace that.